Hi, I'm Kelvin Redd. Today I want to talk to you about introversion and how to become a better administrator. Now, before we talk about introverts or introversion, let's define it first. And I'll do so by telling you a story that my former manager told me years ago. She said that she and her husband had attended a dinner party, and it was from about 7 o'clock p.m. to about 9 o'clock p.m. When the party was over, they walked out on the front steps, and she says, "Whew, I'm tired." And he goes, "Dang it, I didn't get a chance to speak to everybody." There, folks, is your definition of introversion and extroversion. It's all about energy. Introverts, they get their energy from being alone. Here's another thing you need to know about introversion. That is, introverts typically speak 5,000 words a day. I remember years ago, I was having a workshop, it was an emergenetics workshop, and a teacher walked up to me during the break and she says, "I just have to be an extrovert." Now, you got to understand something. In emergenetics, we either call you a first third expressive or a third expressive. But for the sake of argument, I'm using the term introverts and extroverts. And she just goes on to tell me, she says, "I just have to be an extrovert." And I said, "Why do you say that?" Because I'm looking at the report and it clearly shows that she's an introvert. And she says, "Because I get here every morning at about 6:45. I have breakfast duty. I help the kids off the bus. I'm teaching all day. At lunchtime, I have lunchroom duty. After school, I'm tutoring kids. I'm meeting with parents. And then during soccer season, I'm the one that's taking up the money at the soccer games." She goes, "So I just have to be an extrovert." And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Let me ask you a question. What do you like at the end of the day?" And she looked at me inquisitively and she goes, "I'm kaput." I said, "Yep, you're kaput." See, that's the difference between introverts and extroverts. Introverts can be outstanding teachers, they can be outstanding facilitators, and they can be outstanding salespeople. It's just that at the end of the day, while your extroverted peers, friends, and coworkers, and family members, they want to go out and socialize, the introvert would prefer to go home to re-energize. Again, doesn't mean that they can't go out and have a great time. It's just that when their energy is completed, they prefer to go home to re-energize. Here's another thing you need to keep in mind about introversion, and that is introverts prefer one-to-one meetings. So let's say you have a party, like I told you about my former manager, and the party's going on, and the extrovert will walk in, and he or she would want to talk to as many people as they possibly can, while the introvert will walk in, zero in on one, two, maybe three people, and spend the evening with them, and then it's time to go home. Introverts typically have a small group of friends, whereas extroverts have a large array of friends. And then finally, introverts tend to be more quiet and introspective. Doesn't mean they can't go out and socialize and have a great time. It's just that typically they're more quiet and introspective. Now, I want to provide you with 3 tips to becoming a better administrator so that you can always have the energy to do the things that you need to do. Number 1, schedule your people time in the mornings. Why is that? Because we're talking about energy. You see, in the mornings, that's when you're going to be freshest. Doesn't mean you can't have a meeting at 2, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon or even 5, but you're going to have more energy in the morning time. Here's another thing. Have small mini breaks throughout the day, just small breaks, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Again, go into your office, set that timer on your cell phone or what have you, and just relax. Close your eyes or whatever relaxes you, you do that, and then you can go back out and do the things that you need to do. And then finally, guard your energy. Introverts, you really need to know what overstimulates you. Now, if you would like to know more about introversion or extroversion or how to increase your productivity as an introvert, drop your comments below, or you can shoot me an email at kelvin@kelvinredd.com, or if you prefer, you can DM me. This is Kelvin Redd, and as I like to say, define your destiny.